What's up, guys? Jacob Rothenberg here, bringing to you a brand new video yet again on Amazon/Kindle publishing. What I want to share with you today is what I would call my biggest fuck up in Amazon publishing so far. Straight up. Like, I have not, this is my first book ever where I have made literally zero sales across the board. Zero sales for CreateSpace, zero sales on Kindle Direct Publishing for the ebook. Like, this book was literally $300 down the drain. But it was all for you guys, and let me show you which book it is. Check this out. Check this out real quick. Look what happens when you type in. Look, this is a fresh browser. I'm not signed in. If you do this, it'll pop up. Just try typing in Lil Tay. Oh, Lil Tay, Money Way, free book. So it looks like I hired a VA to do my swaps, and the VA had swappers put this into the search engine of Amazon, and it was done so many times that it was saved as like one of the most popular entries for Lil Tay as a keyword on the Amazon search engine. So we've got some random crap here. Here it is, folks. It's what I think is a masterpiece, to others a piece of shit. So this is Lil Tay, Money Way, Lil Tay's 13 Lessons on Success and How to Dominate Social Media. So it was published by Gucci Gang Publishing, aka me. It was actually, to date, my longest book ever, with 18,000 words invested into it, with pictures and everything. So, and a bunch of fake reviews, of course. And yeah. So here, my formula, well, first off, let me back up. Lil Tay is a social media phenomenon right now. She was a little bit more popular a few weeks ago. She's come back onto social media, and she's gaining hundreds of thousands of followers every day. So she's still hot on the social media circle. What the experiment was for this keyword, Lil Tay, was that there are no other books whatsoever even remotely related to Lil Tay. You have here one of her tracks, one of her music tracks. I think it's a legit one. And I think there was a merchandise t-shirt too for Lil Tay, but nothing really else. So the whole premise behind this idea was, hey, let me have the first mover advantage. Let me get a book out related to Lil Tay. And instead of doing like a typical biography, my angle for this book was to have, like 13 lessons on how to dominate social media, essentially. So you get your Lil Tay, and then you get some exclusive tips on how to dominate Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, etc. through her real life situations that she's faced thus far. So that was my angle. Along with that, I did my best to produce a high quality book, decent cover, put on my little copy sales copy here, nothing too great, but it's good enough to get the job done, in my opinion. And I've got some legitimately good content, as ironic as that sounds. So I wrote the table of contents myself. I wrote the headline for every chapter. I was very specific about every lesson I wanted to be integrated for this book, and it was implemented. So I chose every single lesson related to money and social media success. And the author's responsibility ultimately was to connect that somehow with Lil Tay. So that's what they were paid for. And I think that I scanned through the book. I think it's pretty good. My opinion doesn't really mean shit. There's even some pictures in here, black and white. So yeah, it's a decent book in its own right. That being said, why has this horribly failed? Well, it was a gambit. So at least thus far, at the time I'm making this video, it's been just about 2 weeks since this was initially published. The whole idea was, well, the hypothesis was, hey, let me be the first mover in getting this book published, and either it's going to be a resounding success for people looking up Lil Tay, finding this book and wanting to buy it, or it will not sell at all. And guess what? It has not sold at all. While that can change, especially during into the Christmas season, that's a little sketch. There's nothing that would say otherwise that this book is gonna make a sudden reverse from zero sales to being successful. I've even dropped the price to $5.99 to lure in buyers so that price wouldn't be an issue, and that hasn't worked. So yeah, this is a $300 experiment that has proven to be unsuccessful. That being said, it was worth doing. Yeah, obviously I'm $300 down in this experiment, but now I know. Hey, if there are no books whatsoever for a keyword, and I can't really come up with a solid, super solid angle to associate it with, it's probably not going to sell. And I had other people inquire with me before I even published this book as to whether Lilite was worth publishing for, because a lot of people would be too scared to pull that trigger and go ahead with putting in the money and producing something for a situation like this where you don't have other books for that keyword. But I wanted to be the artist to experiment with it, and hey, I guess it was worth the case study of this video to say that it didn't work out. So there you go, guys. I don't succeed every time. I have utterly failed here in this instance. So the thing is, if I'm making $100 a day off of one book, I can afford to experiment with titles such as these. So that was the whole rationale behind it. If I had succeeded, I would have looked like an utter genius. So, you know, I'll eat this one, and I'm going to continue experimenting. I think it's beneficial to everyone, as people were looking forward to seeing this book come out related to self-publishing, and were asking me how it was doing, if it was selling, etc. So, hey, I bit the bullet for you all. I don't mind, you know, investing some money and seeing how an idea can go. And hopefully later on we'll come up with different ideas that can actually be profitable. So it's all good. It was all a learning experience worth doing. And there will be more successful books. But hey, if you want real, hot, solidified, legitimately hot keywords, I've got them. This was an experiment of mine, Accord. I'll eat this one. But if you want keywords that are reliable, that are proven to sell, I have them. I give them out every month in my exclusive course, essentially, which is Elite Keyword Mastermind. Link is below at elitekeywordmastermind.com. Essentially, you sign up, pay the membership. You'll be part of my course, and we already have, in fact, a Facebook group in which you can work with me and work with other students that are already in the group. And I teach you essentially how to find keywords in minutes, sometimes just seconds. And along with that, as stated before, I literally give you keywords to publish for every month. And we already have students who are seeing success with the keywords that I've given. The biggest thing to say that's been a commonality with all students is they're getting sales before book swaps, before even obtaining reviews have been done, which is really, really impressive. So testimonials will eventually come out. I have testimonials in the group, but I want students to fully go through the cycle of getting their book ranked, etc., and having their book really sell before we start putting out the testimonials. So join now while you can. $67 a month. That's a very fair rate. Remember, this is an opportunity for you to make, I'm not kidding, as much as $1,000 or more a month off of one book. Okay? Fortnite was one of my keywords given out in the course. I jumped on it. I am obvious, legitimate proof that my keywords are good. And I have students that can say that too. You will make your money back if you just do what you're needing to do, work hard, publish, do what you're told, find a good angle for the keyword. You will make your money back instantly, plus much more. So that's the trade-off with the value of the course. Guys, click subscribe and follow along. I'll have more things developing for you later. Maybe some more keyword research. Let me know what you want to see with more keywords being reviewed, analyzed, If you have a question about self-publishing, hit me up in the comments below, and we'll be working together soon. See ya.